Hey, it's Darius. This video is part of a new series where we take a deep dive into multiple choice questions that are likely to appear on the exam, and you're going to see how the exam will add distractor information and additional facts that don't mean anything. And now here's the secret. You've got to learn the RAM method. You need to recognize, attack, and move on in the time period allowed. And this is why I-75ers are more confident on the exam. And it's all about confidence, baby. And here at I-75 CPA Review, we keep you on the right road. So let's look at a FAR question on the income statement where you're asked for net income. So we want net income. They give us sales. They give us cost of goods sold, both of which are relevant. What about selling and administrative expenses? Sure, we're going to start with sales. We're going to subtract cost of goods sold and then selling and administrative expenses. So we're well on our way. But what about some of these other items? Adjustment for prior year understatement of interest expense. Would that $60,000 appear on the current year income statement? No, because that's a prior period adjustment. It'll impact the opening retained earnings balance on the balance sheet. It will not appear on this income statement. Ignore the $60,000. What about gain on sale of available for sale debt securities? Okay, so available for sale debt securities were sold. This is a realized gain. Realized gains are on the income statement, even for available for sale debt securities. Now, if it was unrealized gains on available for sale debt, then it might go to OCI and not the income statement. But this is a gain on sale. So this gain of $8,000 has been realized. This gain of $8,000 will be recognized on the income statement. So add $8,000. Now we have gain on disposal of a discontinued business segment. Okay, well, discontinued operations, does that go on the income statement? Is that going to be part of our net income figure? Yes, it will. So that's going to be relevant also. And now how about this last one? Unrealized holding gain on available for sale debt securities. So now we have available for sale debt securities that have gone up in value. Does that increase in value show up on the income statement? No, it shows up in OCI. With a 21% tax rate, let's go to work and figure out the bottom line net income, because that's what they're asking for in this question. So net sales are $3.5 million, subtract cost of goods sold of $1.2 million. That's going to give you gross profit of $2,300,000, but that's not net income, of course, but that's a very important figure on an income statement, gross profit. Subtract selling and administrative expenses of $500,000, and we get $1.8 million of operating income. But operating income is not net income, but we're on our way. So $1.8 million so far, and you should be pretty comfortable with that. Nothing fancy so far, right? Okay, now we have this realized gain on available for sale debt, $8,000. We said the available for sale debt, those securities were sold, resulting in an $8,000 realized gain. We're going to recognize that gain on the income statement, but in a non-operating income section. So all we had to do so far was to know that that $8,000 belongs in the net income figure. And we're up to $1.808 million of income from continuing operations before tax. Then we take that $1.808 million, we multiply by the tax rate given at 21%, and there's our provision for income tax, $379,680. And what results is income from continuing operations of $1,428,320. And that would be the net income figure if there was no discontinued operations. But we have a discontinued operation of $4,000. And here's where you'd have to remember your discontinued operations rules are shown net of tax. So $3,160 instead of $4,000 would be added to the income from continuing operations. And that would give you a total net income of $1,431,480. And then when you see your four choices, you'll be very happy to see that one of those choices says $1,431,480. Letter A is the correct answer. But Darius, what about these other items? We didn't do anything with the unrealized holding gain, non-credit related, they say, on available for sale debt securities. So that $7,000 goes on OCI, not on the income statement. What if it was credit related? Well, if it was credit related, then we would have included it as part of net income, because then at some point in the past, the $7,000 would have been recognized as a credit loss on the income statement, but they're saying that didn't happen. This is non-credit related, so go back to the general rule for available for sale debt securities, which means OCI, not the income statement, unless, of course, there was a sale of available for sale debt securities, which happened here, and that's why the $8,000 was included in our income statement. But the unrealized holding gain, that will go to OCI. And then the adjustment for prior year understatement of interest expense, the $60,000, that's going to impact beginning retained earnings and not have anything to do with the income statement. Hope you enjoyed this video on the income statement and determining net income with all the extra distractor information, the way the exam's going to ask it. If you would like to see me do a deep dive into a different multiple choice question topic, leave it for me in the comments section. And remember to like and subscribe. And if you need more help with the income statement or any part of the CPA FAR exam, go to i75cpareview.com. Get yourself on the right road with me, Darius Clark, because the right teacher makes all the difference. Haven't decided between the I-75 FAR Cram or the I-75 FAR Complete course? Well, let me tell you this. Only get the Cram course if your exam is next week or the week after. Otherwise, sign up for the I-75 FAR monthly subscription because it's everything you're going to need to pass the FAR exam. And of course, you can cancel anytime, and you can even reach out to me and I'll cancel for you.